Now, realistically, some of you here are still going to be memorizing your essays the night before this exam. And maybe, as you're alluding to there in your answer, you will be memorizing the essay that morning. Now, that is not a good spot to be in. I don't want to be in that spot, but I'm being realistic. Some of you will be there and you'll be very stressed and you'll be trying to remember it the night before. Fine. That's maybe doing it a week in advance is too idealistic. That could be the case. So just do it as soon as you can. But even if you're learning the night before, I think you've got to go in with what you know at that point. It's not going to make a difference, whether you start right then or you start 40 minutes later. It's not going to make a massive difference. If there are a couple of words you're afraid of forgetting, why don't you just write them down on the page straight away? You should know some trigger words that maybe can trigger your memory. Maybe write those down straight away. But what's the problem with doing the essay first, as I said, is you're going to need to reread those texts for section 1. And what happens is, people who nail their essays, and this is the other reason, people are more comfortable writing the essays. There's a sense of comfort and security in it, right? Oh, I've done a pre-prepared essay. I'm really happy with it. I know I can just tweak it to this new question and I'm good. Well, because you'll likely be quite stressed, you'll be tempted to write that first. But what I've seen happen is I had a student get 20 out of 20 in the essay. They got 20 out of 20, 100% full marks in the essay. And then they said, oh, I did it first. And I said, why did you do the essay first? And they said, oh, because, I felt really confident with it. Like I felt like I was going to nail it. I'm like, that's great. Why didn't you nail it after doing section 1? Because what happened was they got full marks for the common mod essay. And then they only got 10 out of 20 for section 1 because they didn't finish half the paper. They ran out of time. That will happen. I guarantee you it's happened. I've seen it time and time again. So even if you're really confident with the essay or you're afraid of not remembering things for the essay, if you do the essay first, you will likely run out of time in the exam and it will all be offset. But any benefit of doing the essay first will be more than offset by the fact that you're not going to finish the section 1 paper and you might lose more than half the marks just because you weren't able to attempt them in the time. So please don't make that fatal error of doing the essay first in paper 1. Okay, hopefully that convinces you. I've seen students try and still do it, and I've never really seen it work out well for anyone. So I think you're better off doing section 1 first.